Sorry. Leonardo. Right here, please. Don't do that for me.
Who came in on that?
Yeah, let's see if valet that thing, huh?
I was cool as hell.
Win the award, right? Oh yeah, shoot. Okay, come in now.
Against these people is like, I'm definitely nervous, yeah. But at the same time, it's just, it's an honored nervousness, you know? I'm just so happy to be here.
Do the siren, all right?
What was the night like?
What was the night like?
You can't win them all, for one thing.
Oh, I know that. Trust me, I know that.
Why don't you show them, man, what you can do there, Wahlberg?
It went like this.
Poised to explode.
For things, I have to go out there and make them happen, which is, this business has sort of made me into an adult, I think, you know. I didn't learn how to do it that fast at all. I mean, right before shooting, I was still dropping my guns on the floor, trying to get, you know, the trick. Oh, okay, give me that gun back. Everyone's watching me put together this bird. There's like 100 people watching me put together this stupid bird. We're not allowed to film the Louvre nowadays, is that the case? Interview? Yes. It's going to be all across the world. Millions of people are going to see it. It'll give great publicity to this museum, because I know it's been running a little low on sales lately. Say something to MTV in America. And not sort of rush into becoming the young adult. So if there's roles right now that fit me as a young person, I'm going to do them. Au revoir. Goodbye.
And new heartthrob Leonardo Dicaprio uses heroin.
This is called West Side Story Part 2.
No, it's not a sequel to West Side Story that Leonardo Dicaprio is working on. We were invited to the set when he and his fellow rowdy actors were shooting The Basketball Diaries in New York City. LA-based Dicaprio says that shooting in the Big Apple is like working in another world.
I said to people back in LA, I could pick any corner on New York and stay there all day and have more excitement than I would traveling all around LA. You have to. And that's what it's like shooting in New York, because you can never tell what the hell is going to walk down the street.
He's a great guy.
Gosh. He's great. He's cooler.
That's rapper Mark Wahlberg, one of Leonardo's co-stars.
That's making a comeback right now, and it's popular among kids, teenagers.
A nightmare as a kid. He was around the set a lot, teaching the actors his streetwise ways.
Not lie about them, which was the, and not trying to fake the truth, which I could tell he didn't. It was awesome. Experiment with drugs by any means, because that'll get you into trouble.
Leo was just 19.
I always sit there and we hyperventilate for like 2 minutes before the camera rolls. So every time we're watching dailies, you hear right before the scene goes.
What do you think, Leo?
I don't really care.
He's a great guy.
Gosh. He's great.
He's cooler.
No, he's the coolest. Sounds good to me, guys.
You didn't want Mark Wahlberg in the movie at first, did you?
Oh, no. It's not that I didn't want him. I just had not seen anything that he'd done before, and I didn't know how talented he was. This tie? You don't like it? I think it's kind of cool, actually.
It was Mexico City that 21-year-old Leonardo and Juliet wedding. His co-star, as is the case now for Leo, wedding bells back then weren't a big must.
For me to get married now would take a lot. Marriage wouldn't be in even my realm.
How are you? That's the question.
I'm a little nervous, yeah. I'd say that, yeah.
What are you nervous about? Nervous about what'll happen, or nervous about what you'll say if you win?
Oh God, so many things. You know, I could trip right now. I could do so many things which make me look like an idiot in front of what did they say? 1 billion people are gonna watch this? Right. Well, I'm nervous about winning. If I win, I don't have a really prepared speech or anything like that. But I'm sure it's gonna be spontaneous, and I'm gonna be happy, and that'll show. But I'm just happy to be nominated with the people that I'm nominated against, because
it's an amazing category.
John Malkovich and Tommy Lee Jones. It's like, wow, man. It's like.
Has it helped all the way around, though, just the excitement and getting your name known, you think, being nominated and getting the attention you have gotten?
Oh, it's definitely changed me as a person. I mean, right now, if I was just thrown into this without any past experiences, this right now would be horrifying to me. I mean, all this media puts you a little more ease with people and all the attention and whatnot.
I saw the film you did with Robert De Niro and Ellen Barkin, This Boy's Life.
Mm-hmm.
God, you know what? You're the hottest ticket in town.
Well, thanks.
Well, you know what? You did work with some of the hottest talent in all of the world. You worked, and now you're on. I mean, you're a star.
Because, you know, there's that big budget action film, and, you know, explosions.
And what's coming up?
I just do movies, and I read a little bit, watch a little TV. I like stupid shows like, you know, I like Barney. I wake up in the morning, I watch Barney. To get chicks, actually, Daisy.
Are they all over you?
No, actually, it's hard for me to get a date right now.
Oh, I'm supposed.
5'5", Leos.
4'4". One where you show your butt?
No,
You don't show your butt in this movie?
Not at all, actually.
No?
No, I do. I do show my butt.
You do?
I'm sorry.
See, that's how people come out like that, where you're like getting your ass kicked, or doing scenes where you're like making out and having sex and getting woody.
Well, I think you threw me off at the end there, but I'm gonna try and answer that question. Hands.
Yeah.
As always, the top 20 videos on the countdown are determined by compiling national album sales, video airplay, MTV research, and viewer requests. Basketball Diaries opens the 21st. Please go see it. He definitely senses interest from her standpoint, but I don't think Jack would be the type of guy to impose or pressure her to go for something that she wasn't comfortable with. And I think he sort of gives her the space and allows her to make that decision on her own. Completely, you know, vertical, and we were just sitting there, and all of a sudden I see Jim on a crane going up with the whole night sky, going another 100 feet in the air with his camera sort of leaning over like this with a camera right above me, and I'm looking up at him, and I just asked myself, how did I get here? What sort of turns did I make in my life to be here at this present moment, looking like, just looking at the whole situation was completely surreal. It was completely bizarre. It's the backspin, you do it like that, and then you got your forward spin, then you can move out of your holster like that. I just got a couple weeks, I'm in the new magazine, so she sends it to our grandparents in Germany, and they flip out.
It's a miracle. Da, da, da.
What a ride!
Feels like it's dead.
You listening to me? Hello? It's a miracle!
It's a miracle, man. It's a miracle.
Talented teenager grew up in the city of dreams, Los Angeles, and got his found that a star-crossed lover was a character he could relate to.
His looks are striking. His
and it's hard to get a good reaction and be like surprised and happy and everything, but I'm gonna try. Who is the personification of cool? Ooh. Went to a home and I met about 10 kids with disabilities, and I wanted to make this crystal clear how I wanted to do this, but not set too many rules, because Arnie had to be really spontaneous. It was a lot of little twitches and they did a lot of swaying from back and forth.
Now I've heard some talk about Oscar nominations and stuff like that. How does that strike you?
Man, I love it. You know that. You know I'd love it. But it's not like I'm gonna expect it, you know? You gotta let these things come if they come, and if they don't, then you just, you know, you don't think about it. It's a little thought in my mind, but nothing major.
Legacy can be tough when you're the teen heartthrob of the moment. How did Dicaprio overcome media?
You are on the cover of Detour magazine. I got an
I haven't even
advanced
seen that.
copy. Well, I'm giving it to you. So how does it feel to be considered one of Hollywood's young elite? See, I've lost him now. He's going to be looking through it the whole time.
Oh, no. Cool. What did you say?
Leonardo DiCaprio was a respected young actor and rising but in the face of unprecedented fame, how did DiCaprio go beyond teen idol status to build?
Cashed in on his heartthrob status surrounding Titanic, but
do commercials and act. He was very interested in it, so I immediately took him out to auditions, and we were very lucky.
She says all the right things.
Go give him a hug. Go hit him.
He became the pinup boy for girls everywhere.
I get a lot of fan mail. I do. I get, gosh, I'd say at least 300 letters a day. And some things that I do on the set, we call from the set. We're not allowed to do this. So. Well,
Read the script?
No, I haven't read the script yet.
Yeah, he only pulls out.
I'm known as like the hell giver, but they love it, so.
Is it you too?
Oh no, the character on the show isn't hell. I'm hell to everybody else. Did you misunderstand me on that? I'm hell. No, my character's totally different. He's nice. He's a nice guy, not like me.
I'm camera shooting. John, where's the director when you need him? Kirk, I need you.
You know, clearly Leo was joking around as a kid on set during his time.
I mean, I feel like a totally different actor now after doing this movie. It's like between, like, I look at back then and how serious I was then and how serious I am now. It's like night and day. And I think I've improved a lot, too.
Well, I see a change. Thanks a lot.
Thank God.
I do. Thanks.
More cocky now.
Yeah, just a little bit,
Well,
but
you
that's
know.
cool.
Career that has taken him from child star to...
Like, you know, here's the new cute thing. Take a look at him and go, ooh, ah. I'm just talking about, like, you know, being romantic, I guess, which is, I guess I have a little of. Me, I run my life.
In the world of entertainment, Leonardo DiCaprio isn't old, but he's definitely a veteran. He's been acting since he was a kid, but these days, he's a big star. How did he become a marquee name? You'll find out in the next half hour. It's all right here with Leonardo DiCaprio Uncut.
I don't think I was very big. I wasn't as big as Kirk Cameron, I'll tell you that much, but, you know, I had some teen following.
Who do I look like?
Little Ricky Schroeder, I think.
Oh, yeah, Ricky Schroeder.
Through this one. Then we can...
Young River Phoenix.
Sort of a class clown, and my publicist is looking at me. I don't know about that teen thing. I mean, I think it's good. I think it's good for publicity, but they don't, it's almost like they're not actors, you know what I mean? It's like they portray them as like sort of a piece of meat. Like, you know, here's the new cute thing, take a look at him and go, ooh, ah. So I didn't dig that, no. I wanted to do characters which I could really get into and really act and make things reality and not something contrived, you know what I mean?
By 1993, when he did interviews for What's Eating Gilbert Grape, Leonardo felt he was no longer a teen idol.
I don't really have that anymore. It's sort of gone, it's sort of diminished. Thank God. No, like a dog. Meryl Streep and Diane Keaton were just my two favorite actresses of all time, even before I did this film. And, you know, Meryl is just such a presence when you work with her. I mean, she throws you so many curveballs all the time. You've got to be on your toes with her because, you know, she may do something completely different the next take, and you got to sort of be prepared. So, you know, anytime you work with people of that caliber, you learn a lot.
He made his own presence known and shocked some fans.
It's funny because Romeo and Juliet, I think, is really the film that you know, put my face out there more than anything, and it's interesting having to sort of deal with how my life has changed now, and you know, it's really not that bad. It's not the worst thing in the world to be recognized. I heard a whole bunch of horror stories about it, but it's not really that bad. I mean, I think the main key is to sort of just try and be comfortable with yourself in outside environments, and people, you know, not always, but they will feel more comfortable around you.
I discovered they had these scenes where, like, Romeo hung out with the rest of the guys and talked about women. You know, I started to realize that he was a normal guy, and that's what really started to make me appeal to the character.
But Leonardo was suddenly a hot commodity. One magazine pegged him as one of Hollywood's elite.
When you read something about you.
Already spent 4 months in Mexico shooting Romeo and Juliet when James Cameron cast. And he's a good mimic. According to more than one source, he likes doing impressive success. Leo says he doesn't feel like a big star.
I tend not to think about that. That's a pressure-filled, you know, statement.
Leonardo, what's your favorite thing about fashion?
Yeah.
The clothes.
My favorite thing about, yeah, the girls.
Although he doesn't say much about his personal side, Leonardo admits his big screen Romeo experience didn't necessarily translate to real life.
I certainly don't think I would go to quite the extremes that Romeo did at all, but I definitely have to say that, you know, like everyone else, when you have a girlfriend, you get that side and it comes out in you and you can't help it, you know? It's that, you know, but I'm talking about like a, you know, an oochie-coochie sort of way. I'm not talking about like this passionate love thing that he went through, because I can't even identify with that stuff. I mean, that's really intense. I'm just talking about, like, you know, being romantic, I guess, which is, I guess I have a little of.
You're blushing.
I guess so. I hate to talk about that.
These days, he's being chased and enjoys having his best friends along to visit. But when he's not working, Leo is known to like late-night hangout and star when he's in the public eye. Yet he claims it's not a topic he spends much time thinking over.
Actually, it's not something that's on the forefront of my mind, but I do have to say that, you know, you try and look your best all the time, I'd say.
Leo's to buy new houses for both his mom and dad. But the one thing money can't buy are awards, like the Golden Globe.